Hi guys, once again you are welcome to the James and Oris show.
Yeah. So
Who did you start
no,
here
but
or
it's
even not
the
here
same
too?
it's the same thing.
Anyway, so yeah, another day, another show. James, what do we have today? Yes, I remember. Sorry to cut him short, but yes, there is this thing I saw online the other day, yesterday, 2 days ago. Someone showed me the popular show promoter guy. Apparently, well, I wanted to say he now has a girlfriend, but apparently they've been together for a bit.
Why is it the popular? Just tell them Polo.
And Polo,
you know,
yes,
Polo
the popular music
personal
promoter guy and
yes.
talent management dude. Polo.
So first of all, I didn't know is Polo single, maybe divorced or.
I mean, it's either one of them, right? So there's only two options available.
So there's no. So
is either single or he was divorced.
Me, I'm one of those people that will go and try to dig and research and stuff. So I didn't see more. There was not much about him online.
But that's the thing. Now. I know that.
I think it was deliberately took out a lot of.
I don't. But yeah, but has there been? I don't know. I feel like part of the thing he does anyway is to get his artist some kind of mentions. But people like that probably like to take away themselves from the
personal life.
Exactly. From the public space. So maybe that's. Because I don't know, before now, I've never really heard anything about his personal life, to be honest. And I know that years ago, I tried to interview him, and one of his staffers at the time was like, I have to interview her instead, because Polo does not do interviews. So there you have it. At least that's what they said to me.
It's very,
this is like
I know.
4 years ago.
Then, so another thing I knew about, I used to know about Polo, apart from the his works in the what he does in the entertainment space, is his love for the fancy cars, Rolls Royce. He had at one time like this, he had like maybe different years of the Rolls Royce cars. Do you understand? Different ones.
The man has money.
Mad money. I mean, Polo is a big boy.
So anyway, good luck to him. But yeah, it looks
were you surprised? I was surprised though. I was like, oh wow, what a pleasant surprise.
I mean, pleasant.
It was pleasant to me, yeah.
Well, that's fine. I just feel like I was and okay, so apparently him and Iyabo Ojo, the Yoruba actress, have made their affair public finally, and I just thought it was let me not say. I feel it was kind of weird, you know.
Why?
Because I'm like
so Polo is 55. Iyabo Ojo is 45.
Okay, not the age. I just feel like Iyabo Ojo's I'm not a big fat fan.
Of what? Exactly.
Of Iyabo Ojo.
So?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, that's just a point I'm making. So I'm saying like, so to know that I kind of know Polo. He just felt to me like, oh, okay. That's an interesting idea that it's
no, but what were you expecting? Like, what exactly were you? Even if you're not a fan,
I'm not expecting.
So me, I was
staying in my house. I wasn't expecting anything about Polo's affair coming in to meet me in my house. Honestly, I don't have any concern with Polo. I have nothing to do with his personal life and everything. So that one, the gist came is one thing. Yeah. That it turns out that actually his girlfriend is Iyabo Ojo. So, but I guess in a very weird way, maybe they fit together, because I don't think
I think they do. So it's just, I don't know if about weird. It's just funny that something that you don't expect.
Let me ask you this: if you heard, who can I use? Good. If you heard Ebuka was dating Iyabo Ojo, what would you think?
That's different. That's like Sugar Mommy and Sugar, because they are not even on the same.
If they were the same age.
Nothing.
You wouldn't think that this is weird. That Ebuka.
No, it won't be weird. That's what I'm saying. That it's even Ebuka is even in a major space as far as if you look at maintaining the same metrics in terms of where they are as far as the entertainment industry is concerned. Do you understand? So it would have been just the same, like funny. It would have been interesting. It wouldn't be weird. I don't think it would have been weird, because they're still in the same entertainment space.
I don't think that.
What would have been? Let me tell you what would have been weird if you had heard that Tony Elumelu and Iyabo Ojo they came out public.
Wait, okay, good. So that's thank God. Although I never would have brought Elumelu, who is in the finance space, into this. But let me ask you again. If you heard it was Elumelu, okay, no. If you heard it was Elumelu, you just explained how you feel it was Elumelu and
Iyabo Ojo. Yes.
What if it was Elumelu and Genevieve Enaji?
Honestly, to have the same feeling. because they are just.
How would it be the same feeling?
It's the same feeling.
This man here is a very sensitive human being, because there is no way that you will feel the same way that you hear if you hear Elumelu was dating Iyabo Ojo and you heard Elumelu was dating Genevieve, because we are.
What's the difference?
Anyway, he has said what he has to say, so let's move on, because I just feel like this man is just being hypocritical.
If they're just from different.
He's lying through his teeth.
Okay, wait, let me tell you. I'm not lying. Let me tell you something. If weird is when they are from different walks of life in town.
No, that's not true. How about different perceived class? We are in Nigeria. Doesn't that also play a role in this?
Wait. Class in terms of what?
What is class? What?
Class are you talking about?
Suddenly, you no longer know what class means.
No. What is class in this situation? Because class will be Elumelu is of the upper echelon, of the highest upper echelon of whatever you can.
He's certainly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No doubt about that.
Any other person,
is Iyabo Ojo of the upper echelon?
Oh, you think? Of course not. She might not be on the upper echelon.
Is Genevieve not of the upper echelon?
No, she's which upper echelon? She's just packaged. Genevieve. She's an actress. She's also an actress, just like.
Now in this acting space, you've now carried both of them too. Genevieve and Iyabo Ojo, do they belong to the same level in the acting space?
In the acting space?
Yes.
What level? Just because?
What is not ask the question. Yes or no? Do they belong to the same space?
Brother,
to the same level. To the same level, do they?
They are both actresses.
Do they belong to the same level?
Things, in fact, let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, it's just something that is just. They are just both actresses.
I am getting that. This is why I said
because
this
of brother anything. Listen. Can I break it down?
Apprehended him now.
I don't apprehend anything. They are both actresses. Just because one person is conservative, one person is not all over the place, does not make it any different. They are both actresses. They are both in the same industry.
Good.
If you are coming to
so you admit that she's all over the place. And meanwhile, you know that Elumelu is in one place, just the same way Genevieve is. So my point is this: the public
it doesn't make anybody whole. Let me tell you, if you meet Genevieve in our own in our own circle, in our own private circle, you see that she will exhibit it.
Why do we know this about Iyabo Ojo and not of Genevieve then? You say it for me. Because did I meet Genevieve in our own circle? Did I meet Iyabo in our own circle? I did not.
Iyabo
we just view them.
Is a fun girl who actually puts herself out there for people to see. Does not make it any different. Does not make that she's planted. Does not make it that she's. Does not mean that she's not on that level too.
James is doing what people.
Okay, I see how you. I see how you feel about
this thing.
Let's let it go.
We'll let it go.
Let's let it go.
Let it go.
Moving on. Another of these guys' friend. Yul Edochie.
Who is my friend in the other form?
Your friend is Genevieve now.
She was not. She wasn't even the subject of that.
So moving on, Yul Edochie. I mean, he's been, as far as I'm concerned, he's been on the road since the story of.
What do you mean by on the road?
On the road that he's been talking. He's like a running tap.
But it's kind of like responding to attacks now. That's not on the road.
Oh, yes. It's still the same thing.
He's been attacked.
He's creating scenarios and getting people to talk, and then he'll be responding to them.
Creating scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
He was the one that created the situation where he had to meet. What?
He's not that created the situation.
He got a woman outside marriage
pregnant. He didn't create it now. People are not supposed to have heard.
People are it was supposed to be low key, Abi.
Of course.
Oh, right.
Did he tell us when we were going to our house?
Right. So
or
if
when
people
they
did
went
not know, Oris, if people did not know, if he did not go public, would he have still married that woman? Or still gone ahead to say, okay, I'm going to now have two wives? Would he have?
I think
if people did not know.
I think he might have.
Why? Because
like
he said, he doesn't want the son to grow outside.
Yes, I feel like for someone like him, it's important that you know this person is your child and the child is outside.
But
when that son, wait now, listen. When that son grows, I feel like you might come to a place where people make certain comments to the son, to yourself, about how responsible you are as a father, and to the son about how you are a bastard. You know how people talk about this stuff. Anyway, you get.
Well, when we say bastard, before you go too far,
yes,
what does it mean to be a bastard? Because that's a statement has been coming from back in the day, from decades ago.
Look at James.
What does it mean to be a bastard, please?
No, I don't. I feel like I know what the dictionary meaning is. It's kind of like a person. It's kind of how back. Let me give you an example. Back in the day. A king has a concubine. He also has his wives. If the wives give birth, those are like legitimate sons. If the concubine gives birth, it's like assume that because he did not marry your mother, you're not even going to be in the line of. It's kind of Game of Thrones. You cannot even going to be in the line of people who can probably take to the throne after the king dies. So that's kind of like
the medieval days.
Yes,
Abi?
but I'm saying yes now. But those
Today,
words, listen now, with whatever you want to put it, people who want to hurt people will find whatever they can to hurt those people. And so bastard is still a word that carries a lot of weight in Nigeria's
I like where this
culture.
conversation is going. So I'm going to bring in the story of Susan Pajok. I don't know if you...
Pajok.
Yeah.
Yes, I know her.
From
she was an actress already.
Yes. From what was that? Listen, the Johnsons, who recently, words came out that she's supposed to be Tony Elumelu's daughter. Did you follow that story?
I didn't follow it because she deleted it now. It's something that came up.
But it went everywhere anyway. That she was, and then she talked about, how she's, allegedly asked the mom to abort the pregnancy, but the woman did not. Instead, she went to the mother's place, which is why she was raised. And in fact, her last name became the grandmother's or the grandfather's name. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it still brings us back to the whole. So in that situation where she knows her father, or she, what the story is, that she knows her father, are we going to still call her, in quote, Tony Elumelu's bastard child? Is that what it's supposed to be?
It's entirely possible. Yes, I'm saying so. Somebody who wants to hurt somebody, doesn't matter about how right it is. But the fact of the matter is that your father did not claim you're a bastard. The end.
Okay, yeah. So your father did not claim you, Abi?
Yes, claiming is the thing there.
Yes. Okay, so now you see, now that's a perspective.
Nobody has claimed you.
That's the perspective. But even where medically or scientifically, even not in this case now, if biologically you got that person pregnant, and I'm not saying in this case, in terms of this biological term, because without a DNA, we cannot know for real, right?
Okay, get to the point.
But let's say, yes. Even if the man is in denial, and biologically, if proven that you are the father of the child, people will still go ahead to say, or will still say, is a bastard child, right?
No. If of course, look at Eddie Murphy. It happened to Eddie Murphy, I think, back in the day. Eddie was denying, I think it was Mel B, this girl from
Mel B's, yes.
I think it was denying
daughter.
that Mel B's kid was his.
Yes.
They did a DNA test, thought that it is.
Yes.
He's no longer a bastard because it's now in public space that that's actually your father, and he can no longer deny, which is part of all of this. So you are looking for like the final points and like how to discuss.
Yes, we're trying to find line.
I don't know, but if there are no fine lines.
Let's leave it.
The fact is, the father is not in your life, you're a bastard. That's how it works.
But in the case of Yul Edochie and
yes,
it wouldn't have been a situation of a bastard. It wouldn't have been a situation of say the child will be a bastard. It would have been a situation of that's a child outside of wedlock, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that people, if he's in primary school and they still want to call him, they can still call him bastard just because it doesn't matter. I went to insult somebody looking at the dictionary to say, this specifically what it is. All I'm saying now is that just so that kind of, let me use big word, opprobrium doesn't get attached to the son. Let me do it right now. Let me fix the issue now. And again, it's a male child, isn't it? And he's an Igbo man. All of those things are things that play into all of these things. So let me claim the son. And he's also a public figure too. Let me claim him in public. Not only will I go and pay this woman's bride price to say, she's a member of my family, but also everybody needs to know that child and that woman are mine. So I feel like, that is the price he has to pay for the sin, in quote, that he had committed. And he's getting a lot of attacks now, I guess, from people who feel like, guy, you're not supposed to do this. But a part of me wants to cut him some slack and say, you have made the mistake, now you're making amends. The person who I feel like, which is probably what he has addressed now, was always the fact that I think was always his first wife. And clearly she wasn't with it. She wasn't in support of course, I don't think anybody was in support of like the second wife and anything. But it didn't seem like he was, at least for the public consumption, it didn't seem like he was sufficiently contrite. It didn't seem like he was sufficiently apologetic for what he had done in public. Apparently in private, according to the note he just posted, he had apologized to her in private. But these people are also public figures. It doesn't just only matter what you say to me in private. You have embarrassed me in quotes publicly. I would like for my apology to also be publicly in public. And I think that is what he has tried to do, although like Shokbe, our host on Smooth FM, was telling us earlier, she doesn't really buy it because a part of the message seems to be self-justifying, saying that, oh, there are 100 things and they are done 99 right. It's just this one thing that she should forgive him.
Let go in with that information, that statement as well. He also says that I'm a very proud polygamist, that God instructed him to marry the two wives.
I think the word he had used, like, it is my destiny. And what can you do? I feel like the thing is this: it's one thing to commit the sin and there is no evidence. Once there's evidence, there are all kinds of ways you can react. And for him,
that thing is just funny, because talking about how he's trying to justify, because now I actually agree with, I don't know if you follow the story, you also remember or know what when this guy Daddy Freeze reacted or commented on on this particular information, what's called apology, or so to speak, this particular post. Because I know one of the things that this guy said, he quoted the portion in the Bible, Exodus chapter 21 verse 10. This is him trying to justify polygamy. He said, I'm a very proud polygamist with my full chest. That people should read Exodus 21 verse 10. That the Bible acknowledges polygamy, that it is his destiny, that God directed him to do it.
Yeah. So this not the present, this is the old note now.
That's what I'm saying, just making reference back to when he made this particular statement. That Daddy Freeze now went ahead to say that it's fine, polygamy, you can do that when you have the consent and support of your present wife.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know about this consent thing. I just know that the way the Bible is structured, Yul is quoting the Old Testament.
Yes.
Some certain things were kind of like amended in quotes, kind of like improved in quotes in the New Testament. With Christ coming to die for our sins, certain things are like permissible, certain things are like altered, certain things are totally changed and everything. So I feel like quoting the Old Testament doesn't really give you permission to do certain things at the moment. So, but again, if this man was subscribing entirely to the African culture, I don't think that he would need to quote the Bible. I just feel like quoting the Bible for something like polygamy it's quite tricky to my mind, honestly, because I don't know that it's fully justified in the. I think there's a part in
are you talking about the Bible in terms of polygamy?
Yes.
No, but I'm hold on to.
I'm talking about the New Testament.
So whatever the case is here,
yes.
This is not us. Let's not deviate. Let's not go religious.
Right.
Let's not also forget that if you're a Christian, that's why we can be talking about polygamy and Bible.
And that's what he says he's a Christian. I'm a Christian, by the way.
So but generally we also have the religion, Islamic people who actually permit.
But that doesn't come into this. Yes, of course.
No,
not just
because of this particular one. I'm just saying generally, as we're talking about, polygamy. Because we're talking to a wider range of people as well. Even when we analyze this particular story, that some people might not see any sense in it. A lot of Christians, some other aspects of Christianity or people, Christian people will still not agree, no matter how you paint the whole polygamy thing. Do you understand? Because they'll still tell you that. In Genesis, God still said a man should leave the family and cleave to a woman, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, so as I'm saying that this whole bringing religion into it, like Yul was doing, I don't know about that. And Daddy Freeze, I don't really take him super seriously, to be honest. But anyway, so I mean.
Moving on. Justin Bieber collection, Justin Bieber, the H&M, the Justin Bieber collection. I don't know if you follow that story.
I did.
That the singer actually told his fans people that it was trash.
Yeah, I mean, look.
That they should not buy.
Yes, but that's the thing. No. I feel like these things are very. I don't know. I feel like businesses, especially big businesses like H&M is, they like to take the piss. They like to take the piss. This is not to say that artists or whatever are like super
don't have their own
innocent and they don't have their own whatever. But I feel like big business likes to take the piss. They feel like because they have given this amount of money, maybe I don't know, $100 million, a billion, or whatever it is they're giving you. By that it means that anything they do is rubber stamped by you. But I feel like part of the process would have been, I'm sure, because Bieber is not an artist from Okokomaiko. He would have had the lawyer say, you know what, even if for the period of whatever, I am giving you my likeness and my whatever to do whatever you want to do, specific designs would have to
go through
me. I have to say, you know what, this design is fine. You can have my name on it, you can have my image on it, and then it passes. I feel like most of them, because they've done the first, which is like hand you money, and it's a lot of money, they just feel like anything they now do is fine. I think Bieber's issue here was like, I have not said these designs are good enough. Why are you putting it out? I understand, to be honest, again, the business part of it for them, because maybe they spend so much time on the designs. They're like, nah, we have to make money out of this thing because we spend so much time on it. And again, it's in time for the holidays. Let's just put out. And H&M is not the most high-class brand in the world.
I mean, it's a what's it called? It's a low. I mean, like like Zara.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like maybe a step under Zara, so to speak, or maybe 2 steps under Zara. Somewhere between Primark and Zara, maybe you get so. So for them, it's like, why are we wasting time if we spend so much time already designing this? We need to get money out of this. You know, when you're carrying spreadsheets to like do some of these things, there are certain decisions that the people with the spreadsheets, the MBA people, have about some of these things. That the artists, because they are artists, they feel differently. You get. And so sometimes there's that push and pull. There's that tension there between like what the artist says, it has to be right, and then maybe the especially people saying, you know what, we have to make the most profit from it. If we go another round of designs, it might not come out on time. 1, and 2, this particular money we spent already on the designing and research and everything would go to waste. To maximize our profit, we need to do something about it now. But of course, when you have the kind of power that Bieber has, which is why they came to me in the first place, you can also say, you know what, guys, I know this was going to sell out because of me. I'm not telling you guys, do not buy. And it's one of the things that, you know, that makes me, I'm really fascinated by the Western culture or the Western endorsements entire process. The sheer amount of power
that the artist or the influencer has.
Yes, I feel like on their people, I know that of course some people have that too in Nigeria, but I feel like the scale is not even comparable. The biggest artist in Nigeria, I do not know, can
if he has that kind of power, can we that kind
of power, yes, that these guys have.
So let's not go too far with that. I mean, with when it comes to Nigeria, we've seen the likes of Wizkid, Davido, and then Burna Boy, also terms of football. So like you said, when it comes to power or impact or contribution at all, I don't think any of our artists have any input. So now we don't know how far or how deep they go with the conversation and the contract in terms of how much influence they might have on the product that are being put out there. What I also see is that a lot of our artists, because and I feel like it's also the same thing or almost or relative abroad, that no, not the same thing. Let me not say the same thing, because I don't know, I've not seen the contract. But yes, I would expect, let's just bring Kanye West into this.
Of course.
Kanye West is somebody who is deeply rooted and interested in fashion, who is a part of all the processes of the products that they put out in his name, the Yeezys. Now, I don't think we have the same thing in
here
in Nigeria, where the artist or the product is made after the artist, where a Burna Boy will have a design or, you know, creative input in a Burberry, or Davido in the creation or the shape or whatever of Puma, you know. So I don't think we have that kind of or we wield that kind of power. They have that kind of power. I don't know if it's just because we've not gotten to that point, or just because our guys are not necessarily interested in that part of it.
I feel like part of it, I think it's a mixture of everything.
But we can see that
there's greed there.
Yes, but we can see that in this situation, Justin Bieber was particular, or probably was supposed to be part of the process, where maybe some. Now we've not heard two sides. There's always
they've pulled it out. I think that says something.
That says something, yes.
But that's actually what I was trying to get at. Actually, that's what I was trying to get at. Okay. Like the idea of like, if back in the day when P Square or any of these are artists, even now, Nollywood people, for instance, who are doing adverts all the time for Glow, for instance, if people complain that, okay, you guys said dial 77 whatever it is to get this social package, and now 10 people say they've dialed it, and instead of getting 100 gigabytes, instead of getting 100 gigabytes, they got 70 gigabytes, and then they complained. I'm saying now that, do we have artists who have the sheer amount of power to say, you know what, Globacom has done wrong with this thing, I'm no longer
interested, or I want to them. I say you guys should do the right thing. Okay, now let's not go too far with that. Empower the band and the government, the humanitarian ministry. incident or situation where the band has been appointed an ambassador, has come to play a role of an ambassador to sort of influence people to participate in the thing, and then later we start hearing corruption here and there, and he's also here, so to speak, that's for me what I think, trying to exempt himself from the corruption that is going on. Do you understand? Or trying to clear his name from the corruption that's going on in that particular ministry. Also saying that I supported this thing because I believe that they were going to do something good for the people. But whatever happened, however they ran the situation, I wasn't a part of the process. I'm not part of it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying there.
Yeah, but I don't see how it connects to this.
It connects to this in the sense that we're saying that some artists are actually part of the process. Some artists are not. Some people just want to collect their money and just move on. But can we actually separate when this is happening?
Maybe we can. My real focus here is like on the power the artists have.
Yes.
Does the Nigerian artist have the power to say Glow, to tell her people, change your SIM today, don't use Glow, and then Glow will not react?
So let's just.
I don't feel like we have.
We don't have that power yet. We don't think.
Yes.
Nobody
and
has
again,
that power
even with that, even aside from that, the first step is like, I think what happens now is a lot of people who are using our stars as influencers or whatever it is for their products. A lot of them are not actually selling things to the audience, and that I think is the thing I really want to find out, whether we have that power. It's clear that people are going to buy H&M because of Justin Bieber. It is clear that Kanye, of course, people were buying Yeezys because it was Kanye. You get? I am saying now that a lot of what we do in our marketing and our business operations in Nigeria seems to me to be like, okay, our focus is not on direct revenue from this thing. It is on getting people to use it. To get our numbers up, we are going to use this artist. Different from saying, we are now, which brand can I use? This guy that does brands, perfumes. Anyway, people do perfumes all over Nigeria anyway. A perfume person say, okay, you know what, Davido, you are going to be our brand ambassador. This perfume is going to be named after you. Each bottle is going for 40,000 naira for 100 ml. How many units are we going to move? In the US, because it's Davido, people will purchase. What we do in Nigeria is that, okay, this perfume is free. Davido, get people to just click like. That number is not what we are focusing on. We are not focusing on a direct purchase. Yes, and I feel like that's why we don't have. That's why we don't have that power.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You get?
I get you totally.
Yes. So I wonder if how would we prove that we have that power? It's really by direct sales. Because again, think about it. The reason why we have these crazy streaming numbers, by the way, again, is that a lot of these things are things you get on your phone. YouTube, technically, it's free. The money is not coming from you. The money is coming from ads. Of course, there's a payment tier. Yes. But I feel like a lot of us Nigerians use the free tier instead. I feel like if the case was everything you needed to do, you had to pay for directly. I really wonder if
will make a difference.
Yes, whether marketing people for all of these big businesses would actually use Nigerian artists, because I don't know that we have that sticky power.
Okay, guys, you asked us what you think in the comment section, but quickly before we round up, Simi just put out a new record titled Christmas Something. Yeah. Oris, just in 1 minute, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a very good song. I think Simi's songwriting for a while has kind of been not quite as great as it was when she did, I think, a Simi Solar. I think it was her second album, and it called Simi Solar. I thought that was a very good, well-written album. Since then, I haven't seen it. And this is just like another example of like uninspired lyrics. The beat is quite bland, and I just wonder I just don't think that it is memorable at all.
Okay. What Oris said.
You feel the same way?
Subscribe.
But wait. But the question is, do we have artists who can actually give us a great Christmas jam that will be memorable over years, like Mariah Carey's one? What do you guys think?
Okay, that's Oris. I don't know. Tell us what you think. I mean, do we want a? But I told you guys, there's Cornell. Cornell has a nice Christmas song. As far as I'm concerned, I've listened to that. I really like. It may not.
What do you spell Cornell?
Cornel.
Okay.
Yes, Cornell from.
It's not a big artist yet, so.
Cornell from Nigeria. The Voice. Yeah, from The Voice. Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Christmas, Nigeria Christmas. I think that's what he called that song. So, but that's even saying that. Do we, I like Christmas. I like Christmas songs, and I mean, this is season where a lot of Christmas songs, are being played, and where we. So, but it would be nice for us to have like in fact, like a role. I'm sure there are songs who, even what's her name? Tenny, I think Tenny did one of those Christmas songs.
A number of them
sometime,
over the years, plenty.
But
none of them are stuck.
That really without sticking in your head once you just think about Christmas. And yes, in Nigeria, not Africa, Nigeria specifically, Nigerian song that will stick, that deep. Anyway, please subscribe, like our channel, share. Let us know how you feel about this show. No
insults, please, but comment.
Feel free. I mean, Oris insults people. I'm just kidding. So guys, we appreciate if you subscribe, comment, share, let us know what you think about the show, let us know what you think about the topic we talk about today. However you feel, whatever, just reach out to us, communicate, talk to us. I'm James Silas.
And I'm Oris.
See you on the next one. Peace.